Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Right, today I want to do like a little, I guess this is a review, really I just want to talk about it, you know? Now, you all see the title of the video. I want to talk about a certain series of games you can get on the 3DS, one of which is taking up quite a bit of my time at the moment. And that's the Project Cross Zone games. Right here we got one, and we got two, which just came out there. So, yeah. Project Cross Zone. Now, either you have no idea what the fuck this is, because it's not exactly massive or whatever, or you already know what it is, and chances are you probably dislike it, because there's a lot of hate for this game, in my experience, okay? A decent amount of love, not saying everybody hates it, but yeah, there's a lot of hate as well. So, what is Project Cross Zone? So, Project Cross Zone is a spiritual successor, at least I believe it's the spiritual successor, to a Japan-only PS2 game called Capcom X Namco, or Namco X Capcom, I don't remember. It was, I'll put a wee picture up here or something. And yeah, it was pretty much exactly what you would expect. It was a crossover between Capcom franchises and Namco franchises, you know. I have no idea how the game plays. Should have probably looked that up before doing this video, but that doesn't matter because, god damn it, I really do remember when they like showed this off, you know? They were teasing the fuck out of it. It was like this project for Capcom, Namco, and now Sega for the Nintendo 3DS, and yeah, I remember being so fucking intrigued. It's like, what the hell is this? And sure enough, it gets revealed to be the very first Project Cross Zone. Effectively, it is a collection of shitloads of characters from all three companies going at each... no, they're not going at each other. It's basically a turn-based strategy game, kind of like Fire Emblem. The characters are split up into pair units and solo units, and a pair unit is paired up with a solo unit. So you have like three characters taking up a slot, I guess. The pair unit will sort of do the fighting, and the solo unit can be called in to do some more fighting. And yeah, like I said, it's grid-based, so... but it ain't no Fire Emblem, okay? And I think that's where the main hate for this game comes. And coincidentally, these games always come out, like, again, same with Project Cross Zone 2, they came out at the exact same time as the 3DS Fire Emblem. You know, this first one came out at the same time as Awakening, right? So, my guess is that's where the sort of like hate comes from, you know, because people kind of buy it expecting Fire Emblem, and you're not gonna get Fire Emblem because this game is dumb. This game is so dumb, you know, because there's like no strategy whatsoever. It gets very repetitive. It is very long, and yeah, it can be quite tiring to play at times. However, I still really like the game, you know. It's definitely a game you play for the characters and the fan service, you know. You're not going to go into it expecting a really in-depth strategy game, okay? Mind you, not to say that there's any depth at all. There's a good deal of like character customization, different moves you can pull off, you know, you got to level up and stuff, and yeah, there's definitely a game to be had. It's just a really big, very long game. You need to know where your interests should be kept when you're playing it. That's pretty much it. If you're going to keep playing it just to wonder what location or what character you're going to like wind up next, because all the locations and all the characters, well, mostly, are taken from like any of the franchises, you know? Like in an early level on Project Cross Zone 2, for example, you're on the streets of Kamurocho, you know, from the Yakuza games, and it's like, oh yes, no. Pretty much all the levels are like that, you know, all ranging from Sega, Namco, and Capcom. Until, in Project Cross Zone 2, we can see on the back here, it's probably going to look awful, we have Lucina, Chrom from Fire Emblem Awakening, and Fiora from Xenoblade Chronicles. So, Nintendo kind of got in on this, you know? And what I love, actually, okay, these games are actually developed by Monolith Soft, okay? They are the guys who do, like, you know, the Xenoblade games. And obviously, with Fiora being in this, that was maybe their influence, but Cosmos from Xenosaga is also in this game. And I remember during the first game, Cosmos is in this. I remember thinking, man, it must have been weird for Monolith Soft to be developing a game with their own character in it when they don't even own the rights to it anymore. But in Project Cross Zone 2, you know I was talking about solo units and pair units before? Well, they actually paired Fiora up with Cosmos. And at first I was like, what the fuck have you paired these two up for? Then I thought about it for literally 1 second and I'm like, oh shit, they're both like android girls from Monoliths. Oh, it's a nice wee nerding out moment it was, you know, when I came to that realization. So yeah, that's that really is like that really is the thing I'm gonna keep coming back to for the remainder of this video. You know, it's like it's all about the fan service. You're playing it for the characters, and to talk about the characters for a wee bit, actually, they definitely focused on the more like sort of human anime style of character. You know, like Sega, Namco, and Capcom, right? What characters do you think of when you hear those three companies? You know, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Mega Man, and none of them are in this because they're not like that sort of like more humanoid anime style. You know, they're all fairly anthropomorphic. However, with that said, you were about to comment and tell me off, eh? Mega Man X is actually in this, along with Zero. You know, you're not gonna get classic Mega Man; he's too chibi. But Mega Man X, he passes. You know, and again, I kind of like that. You know, I kind of like that you get sort of these sort of like characters who would probably look not too bad side by side. You know, in fact, one of the like really main things I got to say regarding Project Cross Zone 2, don't know if I want to say this actually because I kind of want to make a whole video on this, but Project Cross Zone 2 features my two favourite video game characters of all time, Phoenix Wright from Ace Attorney of course, and Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. Right, the fact that those two characters can be in a game together is like, you have no idea how much that means to me. It really does. It's like, it's beyond, it was like, I remember seeing them both talking to each other for the first time. I was like, oh, and the fact that Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue is in this as well, you know, that fucking helps too, you know, that fucking helps too. So yeah, but with that said, I must admit, I've not beaten either game yet. I'm still playing for Project Cross Zone 2. I'm actually working on like a chapter a night, which can take like an hour and a half per chapter, and there's like 40 of them, you know? So, someone's got their washing machine on. What the fuck is that? So yeah, it is a very long and very sort of drawn out thing, but it's the fan service that keeps you. It really fucking is. There's one more thing I want to discuss in relation to it. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah! One other thing that I really got to point out that this game does to me, right? I think I actually talked about this in a previous collection update when I played the first one. That must have been ages ago. But this game really makes me like go on eBay and like waste money because you get like it just went down the back of the shelf, but we'll do the first one, okay? You just like, I come across all these like characters, you know, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know him, oh, I didn't know that, and then I get to Wikipedia, I look up the games, and I'm like, oh, that game looks cool, and I'll buy them, you know, it's like, ever since I started playing Project Cross Zone 2, I've bought like 3 games or something based on characters from the game, and it's like, why do I do this to myself? So that's another power that the game sort of has over me. So, yeah, bottom line is, Project Cross Zone, I recommend it, I do. But again, know what you're getting into. You're not going to get a deep strategy game, okay? That's what Fire Emblem's for, okay? Just like, basically what you're going to get here is a lot more fan service and way less censorship. Okay, yeah, so that's that, guys. Just felt like talking about Project Cross Zone. So yeah, see you after. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.